All right. If you're in the world of energy or commodity trading, you know that pricing the future is pretty much the name of the game. So today, we're going to break down a really fundamental tool for doing just that: how to turn spot rates into forward rates. Let's dive right in.
This is the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's the central challenge for anyone managing risk or trying to build a solid trading strategy. How do we take everything we know right now, in this moment, and use it to build a reliable, actionable view of tomorrow? Well, the answer really lies in the relationship between what something costs today versus what the market thinks it's going to cost down the road.
So, here's our game plan. We're going to start with the absolute basics, the building blocks. Then we'll get our hands dirty and walk through the actual calculation. From there, we'll see how this stuff is used out in the wild, especially in foreign exchange. And we'll wrap up with a really fascinating puzzle, a place where theory and reality don't quite see eye to eye.
Okay, first things first. Before we can even think about pricing the future, we have to be crystal clear on what's happening in the present. So let's break down the two core concepts that everything else is built on.
Think of the spot rate as basically the price on the tag. It's that simple. If you want to buy a barrel of oil, a share of a company, or a different currency right now, the spot rate is what you're going to pay. It's the live market price for immediate delivery, and it's all driven by today's supply and demand. Now, the forward rate, that's a different beast. It's all about locking in a price today for delivery that's going to happen later. We could be talking 3 months, 6 months, maybe even a year from now. And it's not just a wild guess. It's a very specific, calculated price based on what we know today and what we expect for the future. So here's the real key difference, the thing you have to remember. The spot rate is always jumping around. It's volatile. But a forward rate, once you agree on it, it is locked in. It's fixed. And this is incredibly powerful, especially if you're in operations or finance, because it means you can hedge your risk and actually plan your budgets with some certainty.
So how do we get from one to the other? How do we make that leap from the present to the future? This is where the magic really happens, especially for the quants and the system implementers out there. Let's look at the formula that takes all those market expectations and boils them down into a single usable number.
And here it is. I know, it might look a little intimidating at first glance, but I promise the concept behind it is actually pretty simple. All we're doing here is comparing the return you'd get on a long-term investment versus a short-term one to figure out what that implied future rate must be. That RA is just your long-term spot rate and RB is your short-term one.
Let's put some numbers on this to see how it works. Imagine a 2-year bond is yielding 10% and a 1-year bond is at 8%. Okay, we just plug those values straight into our formula. We take the compounded return of that 2-year bond and we divide it by the return of the 1-year bond.
And boom, there's our answer, 12.04%. So what does that number actually mean? Well, that's the market's implied 1-year forward rate, starting 1 year from today. It's the theoretical interest rate that would make you feel exactly the same about buying a 2-year bond today versus buying a 1-year bond now and then another 1-year bond a year from now. Okay, that's the theory. That's the math. Now let's talk about where the rubber meets the road. How does this actually work in the real world, especially for all of you in trading, risk management, and operations? This is where it gets really practical. I mean, if you're a trader, this is all about hedging against wild price swings. If you're on a settlements team, it's about locking in the cost of a future delivery so you can make your budgets predictable. And hey, if you're a quant or a CTRM implementer, these rates are the bread and butter for pricing derivatives and building out that all-important forward curve in your system.
Okay, let's zoom in on one of the most critical applications, something that affects any company that operates internationally. Let's talk about foreign exchange.
The logic here is pretty similar, but the key driver is the difference in interest rates between two countries. So in this example, you've got the US interest rate at 2% and the Eurozone rate at 1%.
The formula tells us the one-year forward rate for the USD/EUR pair should be about 0.8584. Why? Well, because the US interest rate is higher, the forward value of the dollar gets a little bit of a push-up relative to the euro, and the math reflects that.
And why does this matter so much? I mean, this is huge. Imagine you're a US company, and you're expecting a massive payment in euros in 6 months. This allows you to lock in an exchange rate today, protecting you from the risk that the euro's value might drop. It is an absolute cornerstone of risk management for any multinational firm.
And you knew there was a but coming, right? This is where things get really, really fascinating. The math is beautiful, it's elegant, but the real market is, well, it's messy. Let's talk about something called the forward premium puzzle.
So, in a perfect world, that forward rate we just calculated should be the best possible guess of what the actual spot rate is going to be in the future. But here's the thing. Study after study after study shows that it isn't. There's a real disconnect between the neat and tidy theory and the often chaotic reality of the market.
And this slide just lays out the puzzle perfectly. The textbook theory, called interest rate parity, says that a currency with a higher interest rate should weaken over time to basically cancel out that extra yield. But what do we often see in the actual market? The complete opposite. A lot of times, those high-yielding currencies actually get stronger.
So, what's the big takeaway here? What do you do with this information? Well, the crucial point is this. The formula is absolutely vital. It is the correct price for a forward contract if you're using it for hedging or locking in costs. But if you're a trader looking to speculate, you just can't treat it like a perfect forecast. The puzzle is a constant reminder that things like risk premiums and other market forces are always at play. And that really leaves us with this final thought. The formula gives you the baseline. It gives you the agreed-upon price for managing your future risk. But the puzzle, that gap between what the theory says and what reality does, that's where the real opportunity lies for savvy analysts and traders. Understanding both sides of that coin is how you find your edge.